What's good, family? Y'all know what it is. This is another installment of the Southern Baller Show. Hope everyone having a blessed Sunday. Well, we're gonna talk about this ball today, man. Coach 67 Sports TV, what's going on, brother?
I'm blessed and highly favored. All is well. Things would be even better if Southern's coaching staff wasn't so bad and they weren't playing so bad on the field. But other than that, I can't complain,
I hear you, man. I hear you. Same thing with my Ravens, man. I want John Harbaugh out of here. He's malpractice, man. Malpractice. But we'll get into it when we get in the NFL section. But JB, how you doing, brother?
Hey man, I'm blessed, man. Enjoying football, enjoying my morning with my family this morning, so I'm good, man. Ready to knock out another show.
Yes, sir. Absolutely, man. Okay. So let's get it, man. So first topic, the Michael Irvin had a very animated video. He was responding to a podcast host. I'm blanking on the podcast name. Basically, he said that Deion Sanders, one of the a lot of people say the greatest cornerback that ever played the game, could not cover this generation's wide receivers. And I have the clip here. Fair use YouTube. I'm going to share it. Give me one moment, family. I had it up. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. So I'm about to share it. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear it. Salute Big Reg. I see you, brother. Big Reg host Big Boy Talk.
Media to invade my person and my space. So I'm glad I did it the way I did it, but that I did it still won't get me off what I saw when I first got on social media today. The first thing I saw that popped up on my phone was this dummy, this mother brother right here on Facts Over Feeling podcast talking about Deion Sanders couldn't play and cover the receivers today. Talked about the speed of the receivers today making a difference in this game. And then he said, Deion didn't play against guys like today. I mean, the guys today can really run fast. Deion didn't have to go against really fast guys. And then this mug puts my picture and Jerry Rice's picture up.
Prime wasn't covering the people that these boys are covering either. He's in an era where he's a fucking alien or somebody from the future that was dropped off in the wrong time.
But he could come in this time. And
Yeah, because he can ball in this time. That's what I'm saying. Like, the receivers from back then.
Might not be prime, though. Who are he going to be?
Oh, shit.
I'm just saying, right. You got a lot of people. You got a lot of guys. You got to line up every week.
Every week.
Yeah, I get it. Elite wide receiver. I get it, but shit.
These guys that he played against weren't that fast, bro. Like,
I don't know.
They were stronger, but they weren't that fast. These guys, no. They big, they fast, they can jump.
Are you shitting me? I'm like, are you shitting me? Oh, wait. Oh, let me. We are the two most accomplished receivers in the history of this game. When you're talking about the most important things, championships, and your stupid ass talking about running fast, like people weren't running fast back then. Are you shitting me? Why do you talk on a microphone? Why do you have a microphone? What the hell are you talking about? I don't even know your name. And I certainly don't know your game because you don't. I don't see you every year with a gold jacket in that Hall of Fame room. I don't see you anywhere great players are. So who the fuck are you to talk about what? Deion Sanders couldn't cover these guys today. First of all, I'm gonna do just like the airlines tell you. What does the airlines tell you when you're on the airline? If we have a problem, put the mask on yourself, then put it on your kids or any loved ones who are with you. So I'm going to save me in this dumb shit, and then I'm going to talk about time in it and save him from this dumb shit. Let me tell you something, Holmes. Let me tell you something. And the Bible says it. He that argues with a fool may be considered a fool, but I'm ready to be a fool today. Like, dude, do you really know what you're talking about? Do you really have any clue at what you're talking about? You think there were not fast guys in the league when I played? You think Tyreek Hill can outrun an Olympian like Bullet Bob Hayes, who played before me? You think he can outrun the Ronaldo Nehemiahs who tried to play in this game? You know why he tried? Because they wanted speed in the game, but other things were required when we played. You must get to run around and play fucking 7-on-7 touch football. We had pain in our game, and y'all don't even know shit about pain. Every route you got hit, even running around in the middle of, you could get tapped by those linebackers. They took all of that out the game because y'all asses were soft and you couldn't take it. You come from a damn era of everybody gets a trophy in NIL where nobody fights for a starting job. I ain't start. I'm going to go leave and start somewhere else. Get the fuck out of my face talking noise until you know what you're talking about. I will dominate this era of football. Dominate. Football is not about running fast. It's not about speed. It's about getting the job done. It's about getting the job done. And you won't tell me you know somebody that got the job done better than me, better than Jerry Rice, that you're going to use our picture and trying to make your point? Are you stupid or are you stupid? That's why I hate everybody got a podcast. Everybody got a voice. And everybody don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Let's talk about it, fellas. I'm gonna stop it there. If y'all want to watch the whole video, of course it is on YouTube, Michael Irvin YouTube channel. The name of the video is Mad Mike, Keep My Name Out Your Mouth. So you definitely can watch it online or YouTube. So, but the brother's gonna cook on it, man. Joe said he wanted to speak on this, but I guess he'll come on later or he'll catch the replay. But I'm going with Coach, the only coach on the panel right now. I'm going to you. What's your opinion on it? Because it looked like Brandon, one of your high school alums was on there. Brandon Jacobs on that podcast, and I think a sprinkle other NFL players. But what was your opinion on them saying that Deion Sanders couldn't hold T. Higgins or Jamar Chase or Stephon Diggs? Who else I'm missing? DK Metcalf. What's your opinion on that?
Man, I'm not gonna lie. The playmaker spitting. The playmaker is spitting big facts, big facts. And I hate when you get guys in the modern era talking about, if we talking about the NBA, how, NBA players from yesteryear couldn't compete with the current era players. And, the current, players from yesteryear is talk about how soft the game is in terms of, you can't even breathe on the player too hard without them calling the foul. Them shooting all these 3-point shots and how it's basically a softer game. The offense is not efficient. You don't get paint touches, so on and so forth. So from an NBA standpoint, it's off the end. Michael Irvin was spitting facts. I'm gonna be honest with you. To this day, I might have seen wide receivers that's more talented, but to this day, Jerry Rice is still the greatest wide receiver I ever seen in my entire lifetime. I'm not just saying that because Jerry Rice played the swag. I'm saying that because Jerry Rice was that doggone good. And to act like Jerry Rice was some kind of scrub and talking about Deion Sanders couldn't cover guys in 2025. Man, are you crazy? Michael Irvin is 100% accurate. He's spitting facts. And I'm not going to lie, sometimes people have these controversial hot takes to go viral and to really promote their channel or their podcast or whatever the case may be. But in this context, it's lunacy because as great as some of these current players are, whether we talk about Jordan Jefferson or Jamar Chase or whoever you want to talk about, and none of these guys, Jerry Rice, you know what I'm saying? So to keep it a buck, Michael Irvin right in terms of today's day and age, like it's glorified 7-on-7. And see, when people get on these podcasts and they talk, they don't even know the rules of the game. So if you get here and you talk about, NBA, like you don't know, a lot of these players don't know illegal defense in 2025 compared to illegal defense in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, but they don't understand like defensive holding and all that. That didn't exist in Michael Irvin's era. You know what I'm saying? Man, they could rip your jersey off. And in addition to that,
right,
the defensive receiver, hey, I'm not gonna lie, you had to be a man to go across the middle. Because guess what? You would have safeties like Ronnie Lott, literally not just
Steve
trying to knock your
Atwater,
helmet off.
John Lynch, yeah.
Yeah, not just trying to knock your helmet off, like literally trying to knock your head off, trying to separate you from the ball, trying to separate your head from your body. So a lot of these rules that they have in place to protect players because of the concussions and the CTE, like all of these things in place make today's game an easier game. So to keep it a buck, even though Deion Sanders wasn't a great tackler, from a coverage standpoint, man, that boy would erase a lot of these modern wide receivers. I mean, just think about it. I mean, for this dude to get out there and do what he did against guys like Michael Irvin and Jerry Rice and just other great receivers of that era, man, I mean, and I'm not gonna lie, and I talk about, Jerry Rice being the most, the greatest wide receiver I ever saw. I think Randy Moss was the most talented. But I remember a faded Deion Sanders when he was with the Ravens playing against guys like Randy Moss and Plexico Burress and doing his thing. He wasn't even in his prime years. So at the end of the day, I don't know if this guy is trying to, come up with a viral hot take, so he could go viral and promote his channel, whatever the case may be. But if he legitimately believes that he is insane and Michael Irvin is 100% accurate, because guess what? These receivers nowadays, they can run slants and crossing routes over the middle. Like he was saying, you ain't got to worry about linebackers chucking them. And in addition to that, they didn't have the 5-yard rule in place. You could tussle and joust and grab guys all the way down the field. Tire law was synonymous for forcing wide receivers out of bounds and things of that nature. But not only that, but the physical component. Man, hey, they showed when I think it was Mark Dupe or Mark Clayton, one of the Clayton brothers for the Miami Dolphins, and Dan Marino dropped back the pass, and he threw in the ball, and they hit him, and he was spinning in the air. You know what I'm saying? Wide receivers nowadays don't have to worry about that. If guys like Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson and Stephon Diggs and all that, they had to play in that era, man, I don't even know if some of these modern guys, the way they play nowadays, if they would have been able to make it in that era in terms of just how violent the game was. So I ain't gonna lie, Michael Irvin was 100% accurate in everything he said. He was spitting big facts, you did.
JB even have said it, and he said this in the past, that tight ends and not only wide receiver, but tight ends like Travis Kelce wouldn't be breaking all these records if they had to play against the John Lynches or the Steve Atwaters. Had to come against the middle with Brian Dawkins. But yeah, I totally agree.
I
JB,
mean,
go ahead.
it's just a different era in terms of the way the powers that be is structured. Both the NFL and NBA, they both more free flowing games, and that's why it's more explosive in terms of the big plays. It wasn't that. I mean, just think about it. Like he said, you had Olympians, guys that were going to Olympics and then turn around and playing in the NFL. Like Bully Bob Hayes. The Panthers had a guy, I can't think of his name, but a lot of even Willie Gault, guys like that. But you had to have just more than speed just to play in that day. You had to have a complete package, And like you said, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Tyreek Hill, he wouldn't have been able to make it back in the gap just based on speed. You had to have speed. You had to have route running. You had to have toughness. You had to have grit. So that's what this guy is underestimating. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I totally agree with you, Coach JB. What's your opinion on what you just heard? Do you agree with Michael Irvin?
Yeah, I mean, yes, I agree with Michael Irvin, and I agree with every word of what Coach said. This game is more targeted towards the offense. You can't hit anybody. I've seen the game is more violent, and if you watch some of the high school games around the nation, they still got some of that hitting and stuff going on like that, and in some high school, especially in Texas and North Carolina. But it's in the pros and in college where they're starting to protect, the offense and the quarterback. You can't hit the quarterback. You gotta watch how you fall on them. You gotta, watch for targeting. But back in the day, if you knock somebody unconscious, that was a plus. If you knock somebody out the game, you know what I'm saying, and you didn't really was trying to hurt somebody, you just didn't want them to catch the ball. You know what I'm saying? Or thought twice before catching the ball.
Let me correct you
So
on
that's
that.
what I'm saying.
There were players actually trying to hurt someone. I lost it. Steve Atwater's, John Lynch's. That was their job. The Mel Blunts. That was their job.
Right.
Hit you as hard as they can, and they don't give a damn about hurting themselves. Go ahead.
That's true. Bob Sanders. You know what I'm saying? So in our era that we grew up in, Ed Reed, Troy Polamalu. You know what I'm saying? I just think that when you watch the game now, it's more geared to, like, the playmaker said, 707. You know what I'm saying? So, and like I said before, some of these players that are great now, we put up as some of the greatest now. It would be interesting if they could go back and play, back in the 90s or the early 2000s and see if they would last when somebody could knock the shit out of you.
Yeah, man, I agree, man. It's very interesting. You see a lot of the young bucks, but it wasn't really young, but it was a lot of people I saw retired football players. I saw Brandon Jacobs in that podcast. But I don't know the other brothers on there. But they were just saying that these young boys could,
I'm gonna put it to you like this, and that's how I'm gonna say. You know how we say not everybody who used to be good at the game, like basketball. We know Michael Jordan is the best player we ever seen, right?
Right.
But he wasn't a good general manager. He wasn't a good manager. You know what I'm saying? We still don't know what he saw in Adam Morris. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some players they were good. They played the game, but they don't know. They're just good at what they did. They really don't know what they're looking at as far as football. You know what I'm saying?
When it comes to them picking a roster, yeah.
A lot of them. That's why a lot of them don't make really good coaches. Some do, but a lot of them don't. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's just interesting to listen to old basketball players, old football players in terms of who they think is good and who they think it could play back in the day or not. You know what I'm saying? I think Prime had the best, cover skill and ball skill, man. A lot of these dudes, I'm talking about as DB, don't have good ball skills.
At all, man. They
You know what I'm
don't. A lot of these PIs can be avoided if they just turn their head around and look for
find
the
the ball. Yep.
You know how many times, and Coach and Jared, back me up, how many times where they be on the other side of the 50 in their territory and the quarterback throws like a lob, and all the DB has to do is turn around and help the quarterback and throw it right to him. But instead, he runs right into the receiver and face guards him and they get a pass interference.
Yep.
How many times have we seen that? In the pros.
Today, shit. We seen it today.
Yep.
And that's the first thing you're taught. You know what I'm saying? If you ever play DB or watch when you watch your coach teach the DBs in high school, turn around and find the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that tells a lot.
We got and shout out to Mr. Shelton talk about some Christian McCaffrey. CMMF McCaffrey. Okay, CMMFNC. I got you.
Hey, Shelton, that sounds good, but Fred Warner broke his ankle. He's off for the season now. So sound good.
But hey, bro, one thing I want to add. Another thing too, we talk about how the game is more geared towards defense. Just last week was example, right? The Saints were playing against the Giants, and Carl Granderson made a normal sack, right? And they threw the flag and they called it personal foul. And I'm like, well, maybe they blew the whistle and blew the play dead, and he kept it going. All he did, I kid you not, all he did was sack the quarterback. I mean, he didn't hit him low like how Brady got his leg broken back in the gap. He didn't do nothing. And they threw the flag. Just imagine how people talk about like the Dawn Patrol, from back in the gap with the Saints, the Steel Curtain. Man, I'm not gonna lie, like literally, or even like somebody like Lawrence Taylor. Man, them guys just try to maim the quarterback. All Carl Granderson did was make a normal sack, and they called it a personal foul. So imagine, like Mike Irvin said, it's just glorified 707 in 2025. So for somebody to say Deion Sanders could play in today's day and age, man, that is insane to me, bro. Like I said, I hope they legitimately don't believe what they're saying. They're just trying to come up with a hot take to get a viral moment. Because if they believe that, they really don't know the game of football whatsoever. And salute to my brother Big Joe,
And Big Joe just joined us, man. I was waiting for his take. And salute to Jay Barr. Salute family in chat. The Joe Townsend interview was a great interview. Thank you, man.
Big facts.
Y'all go. It's on my live. See it. Go ahead.
Hey, to keep it a buck, man, we got to get an add on to that because, they got a couple questions I could piggyback off of that interview. That was a hellified interview, you know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all brothers did a good job, both of y'all, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
We appreciate it all because of Joe decided to let me interview him. Definitely got an awesome testimony. Speaking of Big Joe, man, first of all, I appreciate you joining us. And then what was your opinion on Michael Irvin's schooling or roasting those brothers on that podcast saying Deion Sanders cannot cover none of these wide receivers today?
First off, salute to the family. Happy Sunday to y'all. Sorry for my tardiness. Today is Pop's birthday. Pop's turned 77 today, so he got me cooking.
Happy birthday to Pops.
Happy birthday to Pops, man.
I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it. I've been cooking since 5 a.m.
Happy birthday.
And I'm still cooking. So yeah, so I've been. Hey, bro. When you're doing Texas barbecue, it take time, bro. It take time. So I'm doing three. I'm doing 3 sausage ropes. I'm doing barbecue chicken. I'm doing beef ribs. I'm doing pork ribs. I'm doing chili beans. I'm doing potato salad, and I'm doing cornbread. So yeah, and it's just me. You dig? It's just me. But
oh man.
So to answer your question, if you hear some ruffling, I'm turning on the grill. But hopefully y'all can still hear me. Yeah, I mean it was. I'm glad Michael Irvin did it. He was the right person to set the tone, for that salacious, slanderous, character defamation talking point, talking about prime time. Prime time is one of the players he can play in any era. He can play back then, he can play now, he can play before, he can play late on. You know what I mean? So Dion played in the era to where you had elite wide receivers. You had the Eric Reeves. You had the Michael Irvins. You had the Jerry Rices. You had the Andre Risons. He played against top-notch guys. Ain't like Dion was out there covering, a whole bunch of who's and hims. so, so for him to say that about Dion and for him to say that about Michael Irvin, it just shows that we live in a time to where now everybody has a microphone who don't need one. The guys that they brought up, Michael Irvin, he's a top tier Hall of Famer. Jerry Rice, literally the GOAT wide receiver. You dig what I'm saying? And then you got Dion, who's a top tier Hall of Famer. There's tiers in the Hall of Fame. Dion spoke about it. He's like, man, everybody just can't be in. Just letting folks in here. They giving sympathy. So that
You cutting out a little bit, Big Joe.
Oh, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Hear me now? Okay, yeah. See, I'm out here turning on the grill. My bad. But Deion Sanders is a generational talent. That man literally got off a jet, ran a 4.2 at the combine, and left. Ain't nobody done that ever since. Deion Sanders played football and basketball. He played in the World Series and won a Super Bowl in the same year. You dig what I'm saying? He played a football game and a baseball game in the same day. The only player close to having a generational talent like Deion Sanders is Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson, big facts.
You dig what I'm saying? So to even speak, you shouldn't even speak on Deion's name. You should, if you say Asante Samuels, then maybe you might say, well, I wonder how Charles Woodson would do. Okay, maybe. I wonder how Dale Green gonna do. Okay, maybe. Deion was the wrong example to use. That man is called prime time for a reason. You know what I mean? So he's the reason why these folks is high stepping now. He's the reason why these skill receivers are wearing headbands on their neck now. He's the reason why him and Jerry Rice are the reason why they put towels on the back of their stuff now. He one of the reasons why these players wear jewelry underneath their pads. Deion Sanders. So hey, I guess we live in an era to where now you can say whatever you want. Well, if you're right or wrong, you ain't gotta have no experience. You ain't gotta have no resume. Because before, back in the olden days, you had to be somebody to even have an opinion. You had to be somebody to be in the room to tell somebody you're sorry. Nowadays, you can be a Joe Blow flipping burgers, which ain't nothing wrong flipping burgers, but you can't be flipping burgers talking about what Deion can and can't do. You dig what I'm saying? So Deion Sanders is the only player to play for a Super Bowl, win a Super Bowl champion in one team, the next year go to another team and be a Super Bowl champion. Ain't nobody else done that. Cowboys literally won because of Deion. And the Niners lost because they didn't have Deion. So if you look back at the game, when Deion played with the Cowboys, he was covering Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice was 6 for 80 that day. It's only 6 for 80. And then when he played with the Niners and they played the Cowboys, Michael Irvin didn't do too much either. So he's literally what they call the X factor. You know what I mean? So, hey, that was a terrible take. Bad example. But, hey, in this day and age, everybody got an opinion. And shout out to everybody who watched the interview. Shout out to all my homies. Shout out to y'all in the chat. Shout out to my daughter. I love you, baby. My daughter hit me before, as soon as it went live, she hit me. She was watching the video. Shout out to my daughter. You know what I mean? So
shout out to the queen, man.
I appreciate Jared for his time. We've been talking about this for a while. You know what I mean? Jared said, hey, get everything on out. I'm going to press play, just run with it. We had a phenomenal interview. So, yeah, if y'all want to have us do a post interview, y'all have some questions, some follow-up questions you want me to ask me, something you want me to clarify, we can go ahead and do it.
Oh, yeah. We definitely have to get that one Sunday or whenever you want to do it, however y'all want to do it, But, another point that he made, even if you just look at Deion, right? When he talked about they played against the Cowboys and he was the 49ers. He said at one point he'll go on get on Michael Irvin. He'll like lock Michael Irvin up. And then he said, you know what? I'm tired of him bored. He not doing nothing. Y'all double Michael Irvin and let me go over there and stick Alvin Harper. And let me lock him up and y'all double Michael Irvin. So man, whoever came up with this salacious hot take, I just feel like either A, they completely know nothing about football, or B, they're just trying to get a viral moment. And then in addition to that, you know, right now, man, this game nowadays, it is glorified 7-on-7. That's all it is, glorified 7-on-7.
Yeah.
You can't even breathe on a quarterback. So I don't know how he came up with this take, bro. I really don't. I don't.
It's crazy, man. You talking about speed, man. Y'all know what I feel about speed. Fabian Washington before what's the wide receiver? Xavier Worthy, and then what's the other wide receiver that was a bust?
John Ross.
John Ross. Before them two, Fabian Washington held the record, and he was barbecue chicken. He was barbecue chicken because he couldn't stay with route runners. So somebody like Jericho Cotry, who wasn't a blazer, hit him with a slant, and that's a touchdown.
Right.
So
but like for example, like with the speed thing, it don't matter how fast you run. Can you run a 4.3 during every play? The game 60, the game 4 quarters now. You can run a 4.3 in the first quarter. Can you run a 4.3 in the second? Can you run a 4.3 in third? Or can you run a 4.3 in the fourth? Also, can you run a 4.3 with pads on? Also, can you run a 4.3, stop on a dime, turn and catch the ball? Also, can you catch the ball, turn around, and also get yards after the catch? And do that for 4 quarters. Jerry Rice ran like a 4.6, 4.65, 4.7, but he run a
5, 4.6.
But Jerry Rice run a 4.4 in pads every play.
Oh, he had game speed for real. DBs couldn't keep up with him.
And he was a route. In the NFL, everybody's big, everybody's strong, everybody's fast, everybody could jump. These are the elite of the elite. They chose and built there for a reason. What keeps you in the longevity is not only you understanding the game mentally, but also your technique. If you don't have proper technique, you're not going to last long. You have to have solidified, solid technique. Wide receiver, you got to be able to have quick feet. You got to be able to know how to release. You got to be able to know how to route tree. You got to be able to find the ball. You got to be able to catch the ball without it hitting your chest. Yards up the catch. B lineman, got to have a good get off. You have to have, got to be explosive. Got to be able to read the play very quickly. You got to have violent hands. You got to have good shoulder control. You got to be able to learn how to work gaps and angles. I mean, you got to be what they say old school. You got to be cock strong. All these things equal up to you being a Hall of Fame player. Perfect example is Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald is all of 6 feet 6'1". When you have guys like Reggie White, you have guys like Julius Peppers in the league, you have Warren Sapp, but you look at Aaron Donald, he's the best lineman that ever lived.
Is generous.
Yeah. 6 foot on game day weighing 250, 260. But every play he commanded a double or triple team because his technique was on point. He was explosive and he was violent.
And strong as a bull.
And strong. Nobody said, "Oh, Aaron Donald gonna be a future Hall of Famer." They're like, "Man, this guy's little, but he can play. See what he can do." Another example is John Randall. Good technique, violent. Jonathan Ogden. Guys who didn't play 14, 15 years, they can do this in their sleep. So I mean, again, speed is cool, but when you get older, you're gonna lose your speed. But how's your technique? How good do you understand the game? Can you read defense? All that matters. So I mean, we've seen guys run fast all day until they get hit in their mouth, and the next thing you know, that's some shoulder pads come off.
Good example, Big Joe.
Which is why you don't see too many track guys playing football.
Good example of that, Big Joe. Jason Witten wasn't a fast tight end, but he'll find a weakness in the zone in a minute. And you're like, how is his slow ass getting open? But he was the best to do it.
Hey. Another example, Larry Allen. Freak athlete, but he was strong and he had technique. If he grabbed it, he was a wrap. How I know? My brother played against him. Larry
and
Allen
he was
grabbed my brother.
fast.
My brother's real strong. Larry Allen grabbed my brother. He was like, "Boy, where you going?" Having a whole conversation with him. Hey man, how you doing? What's going on with you? You having a good day? Okay. You know what I mean? Like all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? That's just how certain guys are like that. The NFL is full of freaking nature. Everybody up there is a freak.
And speaking of
But,
freaking nature,
you know,
you know who did him in with just a swipe of his arm? Reggie White.
hey, deacon of defense.
Elite level.
Hey,
Man,
speaking of, imagine Reggie White playing today since we're doing all this talking now.
Oh,
If we,
See,
I know,
That boy
I know
had
we,
30 sacks.
I know we talking
Yeah,
about
30 sacks.
JJ Watt who, TJ Watt who, Myles Garrett who, Reggie White playing today with that frame, him playing, he can play the 1 all the way up to 7.
No
gloves.
Why 9, Joe?
No gloves, no wraps, just pure hands.
and you know how I know you ain't lying? Cause ain't Big Cam Cameron still playing for the Steelers?
Hey.
He ain't nowhere near the talent. And Cameron Hayward, excuse me, I said Cameron Hayward.
Cam Hayward.
Dog.
Yeah.
But he ain't
And Jerry, that move.
talent.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, he ain't nowhere near the talent of Reggie White. But go ahead, JB.
That move you referred to is called the hump, where he took his arm and he
just threw you like
and then Larry Allen big ass went flying. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
And Larry Allen, one of the greatest offensive tackles I've seen. I mean, one of the
to ever play.
Ever
play.
And Joe came up with a phenomenal point. Man, I done seen some like super strong defensive linemen when I played. Like these guys were strong, these guys were athletic, but these guys had no technique. As soon as the ball was snapped, they would literally stand straight up. And guess what? They couldn't make it. Even when guys that were stronger than them, that weren't as strong as them, weren't as athletic as them, because those guys had better technique. So at the end of the day, like, you know, Joe made an excellent point. You gotta have the skill set, you gotta have the technique. I mean, how many wide receivers we seen that had speed, but with just garbage though, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. And I raised you one, man. Don't get me wrong, they couldn't play a long time, and me and Coach talked about this. They couldn't play every down, but them nose tackles like Big Ted Washington will have a field day with these guards and centers today.
Oh, man.
Shout out to Ted Washington.
And he won
Grady Jackson,
Gilbert Brown,
the Grave Digger, the Big Wiggle, Sam Adams, Tony Saragusa.
Shout out to Sam Adams.
A young Hote not to the Lord.
What's the homie from Detroit? He was a beast. Rogers.
Sean
what's his
Rogers.
name? Sean Rogers. Big Sean Rogers. Come on, man.
You go. And again, like, so hopefully y'all can hear me. I'm outside.
Yeah, I can hear you, man.
Them brothers back in the day, they played on concrete. Back in the day, the real turf was literally some concrete, and they throw a mat on top of it. These brothers are playing with shoes on.
The thin little green man.
They literally, you got brothers playing with tennis shoes on, getting hit across the middle by guys like Ronnie Lott, getting hit by guys like Jack Tatum. I mean, you getting hit by guys like Mike Singletary. You getting flatlined by the younger Ray Lewis back in the day. You knew if you ran a slant across the middle, you were gonna get smacked, and he still had to catch the ball. Which by Michael Irvin was like, man, y'all couldn't even play in my day. Because nowadays you have to let them catch it, make a couple moves, then do something. D lineman, you can't even sack the quarterback. You have to get off, beat this 330-pound lineman, get around him, angle your body away to where you tackle the quarterback. You can't lay on him. Oh, because he might get hurt. But if I angle myself in an awkward way, I might break my elbow or my shoulder or my collarbone.
The mentality, and me and Coach was talking about this before the show. the mentality is different. Back in those days, man, you train yourself mentally to whatever position you play, especially defensive line, to have a car crash each play. To take your body and to go against another 200 or 300-pound man each play. Now you got dudes that's 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", 200 or 300 pounds, and they got the mentality, don't be offended, basketball players. They looking to get subbed out.
Hey, if y'all want to know what it's like to play in the league back in the day, go get you a helmet. I'm sure you can get you one at Dick's Sporting Goods or whatever. Get you a helmet, strap it on, find your nearest building, smack your head against the wall every 30, 40 seconds for 4 quarters. That's what it's like. And that's just one game. We'll see you next week. And you also got to do it during practice. And you have real double dates.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask you this question since people want to judge the old school versus the new school, and we're gonna move on because I'm trying to make a short show today. Well, it's not gonna be at least 2 hours. I'm gonna say that. Which means I'm not gonna be able to do all the scores, but I am going to do the prime time scores. So if y'all want the list of the full score, go to ncaa.com. Go to scoreboard. All right.
Or ESPN too.
Or ESPN.
Yeah.
But my website, ncaa.com. But yeah, ESPN as well. But coming off the edge, how will Lawrence Taylor do in this generation?
Deacon Jones today. Deacon Jones will get his hand, wrapped his hand like a cast, and smack the O-lineman in the helmet. That's illegal, by the way. You can do that now. Imagine being able to do that now. The head slap.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? So I mean, hey, bro.
I can imagine these 300-pound O-lineman just crying. He hit me.
Bro. It's nowadays the players, they have top-notch trainers, top-notch that. Something about that old school still reigns supreme. That old school style of training, that old school style of explosiveness. You didn't see a lot of injuries back in the day. Everybody's popping their Achilles, popping their hamstring, having some freak injuries today. Back in the day, bro, again, they were playing on concrete. I played on a turf like that before, bro. I wore
that AstroTurf, man, that was terrible.
That hurt. You had the Rams were literally called the greatest show on turf. Yeah, it's great for you to run fast if you're a skill guy, but if you're a D lineman or O lineman and you got to fall on it, bro.
That shit hurt.
Bro, that hurt.
Yeah, man. And people that say, call the younger say, man, people like Deacon Jones, he was little. Nah, this brother was 6'5", 272 pounds.
Hey.
Go ahead,
coach. Go ahead, coach.
No, they talk about elite level pass rush, but just imagine guys like you said, Lawrence Taylor, Derek Thomas, Pat Swilling in 2025, and some of these teams, all they do is throw the ball, play in and play out. Man, come on, man. Pat Swilling, Derek Thomas, Lawrence Taylor, man, they would have a field day in 2025.
I got what the hell? I got another one for you, John Randall.
Big facts.
With the black face, all that. John Randall was crazy.
Man, hey, Big Joe, like you said earlier, John Randall in 2025, he could go from a zero technique to a wide 9. And couldn't nobody stop him in 2025.
And he's a Hall of Famer. John Randall walked so Aaron Donald could really fly. You dig what I'm saying? The prototypical D lineman is me. 6'4", 290, 300, running 4'8", 4'9", 225, 36 reps on the bench, bench press 315 for 15, 20 reps, squat 5 plays. That's a prototypical D line. Now, John Randall revolutionized it to where now Aaron Donald even got drafted in the first round to, to do his thing. So, hey, John was that dude for real.
Yeah, and I mean, just think about it. You had guys like J.J. Watt. Literally, I saw him play against the Saints, and he literally went up and down the line of scrimmage from
Yeah.
a wide 9 to a 0 technique to find
Yeah.
which matchup favored him. So imagine if he did that in this day and age, what would guys like you say, like John Randall do? Especially if he found that weakness. Oh my goodness, bro. I mean, just think about it. Is a defensive lineman having that kind of freedom, that kind of carte blanche? I mean, even you, Big Joe, if just imagine you playing a high school game and the coach told you, hey, you can play any technique you want from a 0 to a wide 9. What would you do? Come on, bro.
Hey, bro. A lot of it also is, bro, like, if your coach green lights you, you can play free. You don't have to play within the confines of the defense.
Yeah.
You can go here, do whatever you need to do. I'm not even gonna coach you. When you like that, you Aaron Donald. There ain't nobody ain't gonna question what you can get. You can get blocked. You can make a dumb play. You can backdoor play and miss it. The coach ain't gonna say nothing because you that dude. You might miss one play, but you gonna make 15, 20. You know.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, man. Good conversation, man.
And it's a hellified topic here. Yeah.
Edified topic, man. Let's move on. So let's go into the college ball, man. So week 7 recap, man. A lot of interesting games, man. Again, we're gonna just go by the premier schools, man. You trying to weather how Southern Miss did, Jacksonville State, all them. Like I said, like the brother said, ESPN or NCAA.com.
Yeah.
So South Florida blew out North Texas 63-36, and they're ranked 24. Ole Miss barely got they barely got by Washington State Cougars 24-21. That was a real good game, but they almost fell to an unranked Washington State. Texas A&M blew out Florida 34-17. Alabama barely beat Missouri 27-24. That was a damn good game. Texas beat Oklahoma. I ain't gonna lie, I'm eating crow on that because I thought Oklahoma, because I was raving about Oklahoma's defense. But all of it, I think, by the way, Texas beat Oklahoma 23-6. Not because of Texas was that great, in my opinion. It's because they decided to play a quarterback that had just had hand surgery, and they put him in anyway. He threw 3 interceptions?
Man, imagine him playing in the 80s.
I'm telling you, man. So yeah, that definitely was coaching right there. Georgia out hustled Auburn 2010. Texas Tech blew out Kansas 42-17, and they are my pick to win. I don't think nobody, even BYU, can beat them in the Big 12. Texas Tech is stacked this year. Now, how they do in the playoffs, if they make it to the playoffs, which I believe they will, that's another story. But they're a good ball club. LSU came up on top against South Carolina 2010. Coach, you check out that game?
Yeah, I checked out some of it, and truthfully speaking, in these neck of the woods, a lot of people still talking about Brian Kelly. Like, hey, if he don't make the playoffs, he probably gonna get fired, because, like I said in Baton Rouge, whether you on southern side of town or LSU side of town, we piss excellence, and they demand that you win. Football in Baton Rouge, especially on the college level, is like religion.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tennessee barely got by Arkansas 34-31, but I ain't gonna lie, a lot of people knew that was gonna be a tough game. Tennessee wasn't just gonna blow out Arkansas. ACC matchup: Georgia Tech beat Virginia Tech 35-20. Georgia Tech is still undefeated. And Hayes King is balling. And USC or Southern California beat Michigan 31-13. Notre Dame blew out North Carolina State 36-7. BYU barely beat Arizona 33-27. Matter of fact, they had to come back in the fourth quarter and take the lead. It was overtime. They went in overtime. I think two overtime. Utah, I ain't gonna because UCLA gets in the win column again after firing 2 games after firing Deshaun Foster. They had the upset of beating Michigan State 38-13. But wasn't it really an upset, y'all? Because Michigan State been horrible lately.
Yeah, I don't think it's that much of an upset to keep it a break.
Me neither. And Pittsburgh, again, me and JB been trying to tell y'all, ACC is always a trap game. Any opponent in the ACC, if they come to play. Pittsburgh upsets Florida State 34-31. And it's not really upset to us.
But isn't it like Florida State's 3rd loss in a row, I think?
Yep, they 3-3.
Yep. But it's the caliber of how they lost, though. The last 2 games, but so they're expecting Pittsburgh gonna lay down, I guess, but no.
But hey, if old boy from Penn State got fired, I don't know.
Well, you might, FYI, you might see next week is Stanford's homecoming. Stanford versus Florida State. So if you see a handsome guy on the field look like Suge Knight, it's probably me.
I hear you, man. I hear you. I'm definitely gonna be looking for you. And please, next show, let us know how. Please share. Nebraska beat Maryland 34-31. A lot of these are blowouts. And I'm just gonna end it with Colorado gets in the win column, beating Iowa State 24-17. Now, a lot of people said that Iowa State was not that good in their opinion, but to be fair, and I agree, their defense, especially their secondary, did not impress me, especially their safeties. But they were picked to go do very well in the Big 12. As far as one of the teams to do well in the Big 12. But JB, real fast, what was your impression on Colorado getting their first win, and what was your impression on Caden Salter? Because they
ran the ball.
Yeah,
that's all I'm gonna say. They ran the ball, and then Caden Salter didn't turn over the ball. That's how they won. So
now defense.
He still needs to.
Now
defense.
I ain't mean to interrupt you, but defense finally was able to stop. They stopped them multiple times behind the line of scrimmage. I was like, whoa, where is this coming from? Because usually, it takes about 5 yards up the field, then they get the tackle. Yeah,
the D-line did do their job, even though that the running back
did get 100
for Iowa State. Yeah, so I'm not going to talk them up too much, but they did make plays when it needed to be. Everybody from Iowa State crying and bitching about, that they wanted to pass interference, even though to me it wasn't a catchable ball, because the quarterback threw it right to the defender in Colorado, so it doesn't even matter. It wasn't a catchable ball. and the tight end made contact first. So whatever. But other than that, I enjoyed the game, and it was a win that Colorado needed.
All right, Big Joe, did you catch the game? What was your opinion?
Sound like Big Joe on the grill, probably preoccupied, you know.
And if you're talking, Big Joe, you're on mute.
Yeah, he is on mute.
Yeah, I was talking, so yeah, my bad. Yeah, your boy doing 9 things at a time. But hey, you guys doing?
I hear you.
Good. Yeah, I saw a good part of the game. Your boy had the podcast on, watching a whole bunch of games. But yeah, I mean, it was a great win for Colorado. Colorado has been in some close games. Salters has made some bad plays. The defense couldn't stop nobody. You know, and today it seemed like the offense finally caught some rhythm. They decided to actually run the ball. So yesterday they ran to pass. You know what I mean? So, which I feel like that's what what teams they need to do that? The Eagles. The Eagles need to run. They need to pass the run as well. So it was a great win. I know I make jokes about them storming the field and it's only Iowa State and all that kind of stuff, but you know, for a team that's going through a lot, you know, for having a lot of ambition during the season. You know, you have a new quarterback, you have new coaches, new everything, you know, continuity, and also, you know, having camaraderie. That takes time when you have a lot of new pieces coming in and out. And, you know, you lose your Heisman winning trophy, you know, a wide receiver. You lose Jimmy Horn playing with the Panthers today. He had a pretty great game. You lose Shador. He has like 50 or 60 records at Colorado. When you lose those kind of players, you're going to have a little slump. But they need this win for camaraderie, and this will help propel them going forward, knowing that, okay, we can finish games. We're not a team that's just gets to the finish line and falls. We can actually finish games now. So now this is a great experience for the team. So now when they get into a tight game, like, no, you can reflect back on, no, we beat Iowa State. We were down by 3, so we can do this. You know what I mean? So, or we can keep a lead. We're not going to blow out a lead. You know, so shout out to Colorado. Shout out to Coach Prime, because a lot of the players said what revitalized them was seeing Dion have his surgery, and then he have a 4-hour surgery, then he came to the practice. You dig what I'm saying? So there ain't no excuses for nobody. Everybody, all hands on deck. So when you see your coach fighting to get back to be with you guys as a player, you have to show up. So shout out to Colorado. This was just a big win for them to move forward, you know, and this might have even helped save Dion's job. A lot of folks are questioning, you know, Dion in Colorado, but who knows? He might be the new Penn State head coach. We gonna see.
Yeah. Well, I think it's going to, if that ever comes to that, as far as firing, which I hope not, but if it ever comes to firing Coach Prime, probably going to be a year or two. If it gets real bad.
Prime been there for 3 years. How much left is on his contract? You don't think Penn State might buy him out?
Good point. And crazier things have been seen and happened. So I'm not debating you on that.
But I mean, but not only that, if they do fire him, Big Joe, who would be a better candidate for that job? I mean, even though they're not what they were last year, I mean, he's kind of breathed new life into that program. Who would you get to replace him? That would be the $1 million question to me.
You mean at Colorado or at Penn State?
No, I'm talking about Colorado.
Oof. Ed Reed. All right, next question.
Hey, I don't know about that, but hey.
Oh, damn. Okay, never mind.
Charlie Strong.
But yeah, no, you can't replace. No, Charlie Strong coaching with the Buccaneers. He the D-line coach. He's chilling, making money. You know
then fuck Colorado then.
Yeah, the Charlie Strong D-line coach with the Buccaneers.
Yeah, man. Okay.
Well, maybe Eric Bieniemy. Oh, never mind. He the running back coach for the Bears. So yeah, I don't know.
No,
a lot of big shoes to fill.
Eric Bieniemy should be a head coach in the NFL. Of course, we don't talk about that in the Rooney Room, but he already should be an NFL head coach to keep it a buck.
Facts.
Yeah.
But fellas, let's go ahead and get in this on this NFL, man. So the Giants upset in week 6. The Eagles 34-17. Cam Scatterboo and number 6 did they thing. 34-17. Broncos this morning barely escaped from the Jets, and now people are already calling for Coach Aaron Glenn's job.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you always calling for the black coach job? That's what I want to know.
Because they think that they supposed to turn around a mix made in hell, snappy. You know,
When Tony Dungy got with the Bucks, they was still the Yucks. He literally took him at least 6-7 years to build up that program. They even got New Jersey because of Tony Dungy. So I mean, you hired the man because they played. When your players are competitive, that's an oath to your coach. You know what I mean? They just need to be developed now. Justin Fields has been getting the raw end because he's not developed and polished yet. I believe Tom Brady talked about that. The development of quarterbacks now is a little ridiculous. You know, so hell, Aaron Rodgers sat for 4 or 5 years. Jordan Love sat for a while, and Jordan Love, you know, what they say, he's a gunslinger, so he's gonna throw interceptions. He got a little bit of Jameis Winston in him. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna take time to rebuild it. So you can fire Aaron Glenn. Who else you gonna bring in? Mike McCarthy? Who you gonna bring in? You know,
and we gonna get to that. They always question if you fire this coach, who you gonna bring in? And I want a coach fired so bad right now, and we'll get into it. Seahawks beat the Jags 2012. I feel like they don't know how to utilize Travis Hunter like that, because when they throw it to him, he catch it most of the most. But they failed the Seahawks. Chargers barely beat the Dolphins 29-27 today. Cardinals lose to the Colts 31-27. Salute to Daniel Jones and Jonathan Taylor doing their thing.
Salute.
Panthers come back and win a game by a game-winning field goal against the Cowboys 30-27. Patriots beat the Saints 25-19. Steelers beat the Browns with Dylan Gabriel starting 23-9. Y'all, did y'all watch that Browns game? Browns Steelers game?
No, I was watching the Saints game.
Oh,
I watched the Baltimore game.
I hear Big Joe laughing. What was your impression of Dylan Gabriel at quarterback? Was he that good where Shador couldn't get a crack at it?
Hey, Dylan Gabriels is the guy that the Cleveland Browns wanted. So I want Dylan Gabriels to give them everything they asking for, good, bad, and indifferent. Dylan Gabriels is the guy for the Cleveland Browns. Shout out to Dylan Gabriel.
And that was so sarcastic, but we got you.
But all I know is if you were starting quarterback in the NFL, you throw for 52 times and you don't even throw a touchdown, and your QBR is 68. They start asking for you to get cut or to get fired. But hey, I'm just saying, you throw 52 times and you only get barely over 200-some yards, and most of the last few yards came in garbage time. Hey. But again, he is a rookie, and he is their 3rd round pick, and that's who they wanted.
Yep.
They show him that good old Oregon Duck football. Do your thing. Good luck.
Yeah, you can't make this shit up, man. But okay, so there's a couple of games going on right now. Titans Raiders. Raiders are winning by 10 against the Titans in halftime. 49ers are losing to the Bucks 14-10. About to go to. It's still in the second quarter. About to go to halftime. Under 2 minutes. Bengals are losing to the Packers 10-0. It's about to go to halftime. 20 seconds left in the second quarter. And then later on today, we got Chiefs Lions. That's gonna be a good one at 7:20 p.m. Central Standard Time. And tomorrow we got Bills and Falcons, and then Bears and Commanders.
Hey, bro, one thing I want to chop it up about real quick. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. For all of these Saints fans that's saying, hey, the reason why the Saints aren't that good is because of Spencer Rattler at quarterback. Listen to me well. The first 4 weeks of the season, minus the Seahawks game, I'm talking about even the Bills, the 49ers, those first four games, Spencer Rattler played well enough for the Saints to win. The issue is the Saints offensive line is not that good, first of all. And second of all, the Saints defense is not good at all either. Last week they played better. They Kool-Aid McKinstry got with 2 interceptions. In addition to that, Brian Brzee punched the ball out of Scatterboo hand. And they got like 3 takeaways. That really was the difference. But Spencer Rattler is not the issue. If anything, the bigger issue is more of an organizational issue. It's more of a Mickey Loomis issue in terms of you got all these first-round picks on your offensive line, and they still not that good. And then your defense, don't get me wrong, I think Chase Young got his first start today. They chipped on him a lot. And really, Cam Jordan's not the guy that he once was, but he played decent in the starting role. He's not the guy he was, but he was playing decent. But the thing about it is some of these older guys on your defense, like Cam Jordan and like Demario Davis, Pete Werner, I don't know what it is, but the same, they always got to get this white player and hype him up like Adam Big Hill and Jeff Charleston. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I think if the Saints defense and offensive line would be better, if Spencer Rattler played the way he's been playing, if they had a good offensive line and a good defense, this might sound like a stretch, but I'm keeping it a buck. The Saints would be a playoff team.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're absolutely right, man. It's yeah. But I'm trust. I don't think the Saints are having as bad as issues of what's going on in Baltimore, and also the Baltimore Ravens. Me and JB's Baltimore Ravens lose to the Rams, 17-3. JB, is it clear that John Harbaugh and company has to go, or is it that's not fair because we got a lot of people out?
No, we wasn't playing good when before we had all the injuries. It was evident there was play calling issue. There was malpractice with the offensive line. There was malpractice with the defensive line and the middle linebackers. Primarily the second linebacker spot next to Roquan. So, but normally why he needs to be fired is because number 2, he refused to run the ball in tough, primarily Derrick Henry in tough game situations where there's like 3-1 or 3 inches. He wanna do like like in today's games, you want to do the tight end sneak or whatever you want to call them, touch push that we didn't get in the goal line when you got Henry that's already ran for 90 yards in the first quarter. I mean, look, and then our guards were getting toe out the frame. So, but he still plays them because he want to prove that he can develop players. Some players that you can't develop, they just gonna be who they gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Falele still continue to play with bad leverage. He don't shoot his hands. He don't use his size. He trips over himself every other play. Voorhees is just not playing with how he needs to be. He was called out on the live broadcast by Tom Brady. In the goal line, he get blown up. I mean, I'm talking about basic hat on hat blocking and goal line. Play calling, you pulling guards on the goal line. You know what I'm saying? So it's time for them to go, man. John, look, man. John had his run. It's time to do something else.
In addition to
And
that,
I don't care if we come back and make a playoff berth. It's still time for him to go.
yeah, I agree. Not only that, that offensive line. And if he didn't know, that gives a more greater reason why he should leave, right? But knowing that offense, especially the offensive guard positions on left guard and right guard are horrible, horrid. You still refuse to do anything about it. But in a couple of days ago, you signed 2 safeties and didn't get a pass rusher because we only got 1 sack today, and that was our first sack in since week 2.
We got 2. We got 2 by John Jenkins, and then I think Trent and what's the dude we got from Cal? The one little linebackers. They had a half of a sack. Teddy Buchanan. They shared a sack. When the Rams went for it on 4th down and we stopped it. But the defense really today didn't play that bad. The offense was terrible. Everybody was terrible except Derrick Henry. Zay Flowers fumbling the ball twice. You know what I'm saying?
That second play, I don't put that on him.
I understand. I understand from your standpoint, you didn't like the play calling. He still fumbled the ball.
That's true.
Yep, he still fumbled the ball. Kind of like with that though. Me and you went go back and forth about the Derrick Henry situation when he was fumbling the ball. I understand. Offensive line is terrible. He getting hit before he reached the line of scrimmage. You still gotta hold on to the damn ball. Point blank, period. And I like Zay, but Zay has a knack of doing with these young boys. We had a running back like that. You remember, Jerry, we played a running back like that? Instead of running straight, he want to juke somebody and run sideways, cut it back, and then lose yard. Zay want to cut back and then had a linebacker come in the back and knock the ball out instead of running straight and get down.
Yeah.
So,
but Zay's gonna be straight. Zay's nowhere near the issue. But it does speak to the consistent.
No, he's not. But he didn't help fumbling the ball though.
Right, but it does speak to the consistent time we shoot ourselves in the foot, and that goes to the coach John Harbaugh. So, for example, you don't address getting the pass rusher. You get some secondary pieces. You never address the offensive line, which basically got
he lied about. He said he was gonna switch and rotate some people in. He never did that. It was the same fucking offensive line for the past 4 games. How many games we played now?
Six games.
Right.
So it's time for forgive us for being long-winded, but it's time for John Harbaugh to go. He's been riding on the coattails of Hall of Famers and good players for years. Now where he's in a position where his coaching and talent that he picked has to shine again consistently, he has failed. It's time for him to go.
That's okay. I'll still trade John Harbaugh for Terrence Graves.
Oh, you can have him. You definitely can have him, man.
Now, hey, I
One man's
understand he's doing
trash is
bad.
another man's
Graves doing,
treasure.
hey, Graves doing terrible, bro.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
definitely gonna talk.
you can't lose no Bethune Cookman. That was rough right there.
No. Not get beat. Get blown out. That's bad.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it on the HBCU fanatics, definitely, man.
Already.
But yeah, man, that yeah, but we they trying to bet on after the bye week that Lamar is gonna get better, but the issue is you haven't addressed the issue that got Lamar hurt, which is the offensive line, and then in addition to that, didn't attempt to get a pass rusher. So yeah, John, it's time for John to sit down somewhere. But before we wrap it up, is there anything you brothers want to add or discuss?
I'll say this real quick. Look, y'all, college football is almost over with. High school football is almost over with. The NFL, we're getting to the point to where we're going to be 6, 7+ games in. Pretty soon, y'all going to start crying how we ain't got no football to watch. Go check out some local games. I've been to a couple high school games. I have season tickets to Sounds Lake State. They're not even a good team, but it's still some football to watch.
There you go.
So go support your local colleges. I don't care if your school next to you is Alabama or if it's New Mexico. Go check out and support these programs and go watch some football. And if you don't know who's on the team, learn about the team. You know what I mean? So just, because pretty soon we're gonna get to that desert point. We ain't nothing but basketball, we ain't nothing but baseball and hockey. Y'all gonna be crying. So go watch some football.
Amen. I second that.
Yeah. Despite my Ravens playing trash, I've been watching high school ball, Texas, North Carolina. So I definitely second that. What Big Joe is saying. Coach, go ahead.
Oh yeah, and of course myself. I've been doing commentary for the Louisiana All-American Sports Network. We did the game Friday night between Southern Lab and the Madison Prep Chargers. For the first time, I was able to walk across A.W. Mumford Stadium, P. Richardson Field, and it was a blessing. Shout out to the Louisiana All-American Sports Network.
Yes,
Yeah, I seen you on the field looking like a celebrity. I seen you, coach.
Yeah. In fact, I was able to talk to a couple of coaches. Talk to Herman Bristol II, who is I think he's the AD for Southern Lab. He's Herman Bristol III's dad. So shout out to him too. You know what I'm saying?
Next time you talk to the AD, tell him to hire Ed Reed.
well, I don't think Southern Lab looking for a head coach right now. You know what I'm saying? Southern Lab is the feeder school for Southern University, so it's Southern University Laboratory School. So I don't think they're looking for a head coach, and I don't think Herman Bristol II got that much pull. Even though he got roots with Southern University, I don't think he got that kind of pull on a university level. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I definitely hear you. Politics, big well, let's do Coach first. Coach, let everybody know where they can see you. Meet you and see you.
Well, you can meet me and see me. Well, first of all, for those individuals trying to collaborate, you can email me at coach67sportstv@gmail.com. In addition to that, you can catch me at Coach67sportstv on all social media platforms. Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. The HBCU Fanatics is going to be in the building. So y'all come on back and talk about this good HBCU football. Hell of a game between Alabama State and Jackson State. In our opinion, was the de facto SWAC championship game. Also, Southern's terrible performance in Daytona against Bethune-Cookman. So we're going to talk about all that. But on my channel, I'm getting ready to have a new live stream talking about who should be Southern University's next head coach. And of course, Ed Reed is not there running. More than likely, we're going to talk about Marshall Falk. But that's another story for another day. Come over to the channel and check me out. Y'all have a blessed, phenomenal evening. Peace and blessings to the family. And salute to the awesome and amazing LDBC. Yeah, Dick.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Big Joe, let everybody know where they can meet you, see you, and please support your old Hillside
Oh,
Bourbon.
Hillside Bourbon, you Dick.
Yes, sir. You can catch me on all LWC platforms, showing love to the brothers and sisters of the mighty, you dig? You also can catch me right here on this channel. Check out my interview, leave a comment, hit the like button, let me know what you think. If you have any questions, put it in the comments, and me and Jared will do a part 2 where we answer all y'all questions, or if there's something else you want me to touch on. Like, hey, what was it like weight training? What was it like doing conditioning? What was it like? If you want me to expound on anything, holla at Jared and we'll make it happen for you. Also, holidays is coming up. We got Thanksgiving, we got Indigenous Day tomorrow, we got Christmas coming up, we got Halloween. Or even if your team is struggling, well, if you're a Saints fan, a Bengals fan, a Jets fan, a Raiders fan, a Titans fan, if you need something to soothe your pain, go to Old Hillside Bourbon Company. You can pick any one of the beverages and it'll help you subside your anger for how your football team ain't doing so well this year. So again, that's Old Hillside Bourbon Company. So shout out to everybody. Salute to Coach, JB, Jared, salute to everybody in the chat. Y'all have a great weekend. And shout out to my daughter. I know you watching. And also happy birthday, Pops. Got it.
Hey, happy birthday, Pops, and salute to the young queen. We appreciate y'all to the fullest, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, we do.
Oh,
Happy
yeah.
birthday, Pops.
Oh yeah.
Happy birthday, Pops.
To my Southern University fans, definitely get your body at Old Hillside, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And JB, any lasting words?
Man, y'all be blessed, and like the brother said, y'all be really enjoying these weeks of football. It's going by fast. Don't take it for granted. And like you said, get out the house, go to a football game, do something. But y'all enjoy the rest of your Sunday and have a great work week. And we'll catch y'all next Sunday at 3:30.
Yes, sir.
Central Time.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
next Thursday for the Fanatics, though, you know what I'm saying?
Sunday. Yeah, I think he meant.
Yeah,
he definitely meant.
Yeah,
Sunday.
next Sunday. Yeah, next Sunday. If I said Thursday, I'm sorry. Next Sunday
No.
at 3:30.
No. I think you missed what I was doing. For the whole panel, it's next Sunday. But for the HBCU Fanatics, it's gonna be Thursday, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Absolutely. But this was another installment of the Southern Baller Show. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Please hit my like button, share, and subscribe. But y'all enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Be blessed.